What's going on, guys? Welcome to Weston on Watches. I'm Weston and this is my take on watches. So in this one I'm going to be talking a little bit about the brand new series from Seiko. So this is their Sharp Edge series, which sits in the Presage family of watches. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the name, but it is kind of befitting to the watches. So anyway, let's take a look at the new models, what are up and coming. I don't know when they're actually due to be released. If I can find it, I will pop it on screen and in the description as well. And also pricing, I couldn't really find anything on that. But again, if I do find it during editing, then I'll pop that in the description and on screen so you can see how much these watches are going to be. So anyway, let's talk about the 4 different models and a little bit about what I think of them. So anyway, the first model up is the Seiko SPB167. Now this is the blue dial variant of the model and I think it is absolutely beautiful. I'm a huge fan of blue dial watches and Seiko do them very well. This one will come on a stainless steel bracelet, which I'll talk a little bit more about later on. So the next model is the SPB170. So this is a brown dial variant with a rose gold plated case, and this one will come on a leather strap. So the next one is the SPB165, which is the white dial variant. So this one's really crisp and really clean, and I think would look nice with a sort of black shirt for a dressy occasion. And the final one is the SPB169, which is the green dial variant, which again will come on a stainless steel bracelet, and I think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm not usually a fan of green dial watches, but Seiko just do them so well, and I think they've done a bang up job with this one. Of course, you know, you're not going to be able to tell by the pictures online. You're going to be able to see when they actually start coming out and people start testing them and reviewing them. But in the pictures, it looks absolutely beautiful. So let's, run off the specifications and I'll talk a little bit more about these watches. So these watches feature the 6R35 caliber movement from Seiko. Pretty solid movement for this series of watches. Really robust, really reliable, and I think it should last a long time. I mean, Seiko do make some really good movements and these ones are definitely up there. They might not be the most highest end of movement that's on offer from Seiko, but again, they're robust, they're reliable, and they should work well in these watches. They're nicely done too, which will show you why that's important in a minute. So anyway, these ones also have a special coating on the cases and bracelets. Now, I'm not entirely sure what coating they've used on these, but essentially it's some sort of protection to prevent it from getting scratched and damaged long term. Whether that'll work, I don't know. But it's nice that they've gone that extra mile and they've thought about the longevity of these watches, which is good to see. You'll also note that these watches have seen an upgrade in the crystal department, and Seiko have ditched Hardlex and gone for sapphire. Thank you. I mean, Hardlex is good and it is good for a certain type of watch at a certain price, but when you're paying a premium for a watch, you want the best that there is on offer, and sapphire is the best on offer for this type of watch. It's not the best in every situation, but for these type of watches that aren't going to be beaten up, that aren't going to be going diving or adventuring with, then sapphire is definitely the way to go for scratch protection. So dimensions wise, these are 39.3 in diameter. They have a lug to lug of 47.2mm and they are 11mm thick. So they are pretty nice dimensions. It's not too thick, which means they should slip under a cuff pretty nicely. And it's also not a massive diameter and also a massive lug to lug. So that means that us guys with slimmer wrists actually enjoy these watches without having overhang from them. So that's very nice that Seiko have actually thought a little bit more about their audience with slimmer wrists than, just making watches that fit those guys with thicker wrists. So I think it's nice that they're thinking of everyone. Obviously it will still fit guys with 7.5 and bigger wrists, but it will also fit us guys with slimmer wrists as well, so that's great to see. These watches also have an exhibition case back, which is what I was getting at earlier with the movement. So obviously you'll be able to appreciate the work that Seiko put into the 6R35 movement, and you'll be able to see that. I'm not sure whether the crystal at the back is sapphire or whether it's Hardlex. It doesn't say, but obviously when these come out and people start getting their hands on them, then we will know. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is the dial design that they've gone for, and I think, like I mentioned already, it's absolutely stunning, but I think I may be wrong, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, that this design is new to Seiko, or it might be new to the Presage lineup. I'm not sure, you can tell me down in the comments if they've used this design before. So this is a hemp leaf pattern, and it's really apparently popular in Japanese culture, which obviously Seiko being a Japanese brand, it's nice to see that they're showing their heritage in their watches. Obviously, you know, if you look at their Grand Seiko movement, Grand Seiko watches, you can see that influence in there, but it's nice to see that trickling down into some of the more affordable offerings from Seiko. So this one in Japanese culture represents and symbolises strong and rapid growth and good health. So does that tell me that, you know, Seiko are doing really well and they're growing well and they're doing good? Or is it for something else? I don't know, but all I can say is from the pictures, these dials look absolutely beautiful. And also, again, from the images what I've seen, the cases look really well done. But again, obviously, time will tell what these are like when people start getting hands-on with them. I'd love to personally get hands-on when they release, but they'll probably be a little bit out of my price range, unfortunately. But when they hit the second-hand market, whenever that will be, I might try and grab one and, you know, get it on the channel, depending on how much they are on the second-hand market. But anyway, that is pretty much it for this one. Let me know what you think of these new Presage models down in the comments. Are you a fan? Do you not like them? I personally like the look of them, but obviously you can't tell how good they are until you get hands-on with them, so I can't really comment on if they're good watches or not. So that is pretty much it for this one. Thank you for watching. Maybe subscribe if you are new to the channel. It does help out a lot, and yeah, helps the channel grow and everything like that. So anyway, thanks again. I'll see you soon.